Yeah, so each week's got a theme through Lent, doesn't it? And last week was recreate.
Yeah.
And this week is enjoy. And so, thinking about this, I've been thinking about how joy feels like something that we shouldn't really need to sort of work at. It should just kind of be there, shouldn't it? If we're like with someone we like, or we're having a nice meal, or we're, I don't know, watching a good film, joy should just be, it should just sort of emerge and should be there in an effortless kind of way. And so I kind of think we have this attitude that we don't need to do any work, don't need to sort of, you know, make any effort to generate joy. It just kind of is there and it comes. Sometimes it doesn't. But I looked up the history of the word enjoy, and it's French. It's from Old French. Two things: joy, meaning pleasure, and then the first half of it is en, meaning make. And I thought that was really interesting. So the two together is make pleasure. And I thought about how, that kind of goes against this assumption that joy should just be there and we're kind of helpless as to whether we have it or not. And perhaps it's something that we can craft and we can sort of curate and we can kind of steward a little bit. So, which got me thinking about, there's a guy at Hope Chapel called Duncan. A few weeks ago, people were sharing some of their stories of their recent journey with God, and Duncan was talking about, a really challenging year last year, and he was reflecting on Jesus being asleep in the boat during the storm, and that was a kind of theme for him through the year. And he said for a lot of his life, for the last 10 years or so, he realised that he tended to look at the past with regret and the future with anxiety, and that was his kind of a sort of posture and outlet that he had for life. And but struck by Jesus in the boat in the middle of a storm, he's just asleep. He's blissfully unaware. And so Duncan's aspiration was, can I be in that place where life is pretty hard around me, but I just want to sit in this place of peace? And it strikes me as being quite similar to this whole thing of joy. If joy is something that we can make, then can we in each moment curate and steward that? So like right now, for example, I could be thinking, I'm whacked, I'm sore, that was really hard, and I could be thinking I want to get home, have a shower, have some food, got a really busy week this week, and that's quite a normal narrative, isn't it, an expectation. Or I could curate a bit of joy in this moment by saying, actually, I love being with these guys, I love being with you each week, I really appreciate the blessing it is on my body over time. It's nice to be outside, feel the seasons, and it'd be nice to go, great, my sons are here as well, I love doing that with them. And so it's a subtle but different posturing. And I think it's a little bit like blowing bubbles. So I've got a little pot of joy here. It took me a long time to find it. I went to about 6 shops around Clifton and eventually found it. And I'm conscious, so here's some potential joy, and then we could sort of try and make it happen, but it doesn't really if I'm too rough with it. But the way to, as we all know from lots of lifetime experience, the way to curate a bubble is like quite delicate, isn't it? And you have to sort of, oh, there you go. Maybe I've got a really bad pot here. It was a cheap pot. I could buy a magazine, a Peppa Pig magazine, for £7, which had a free pot of bubbles. But I went for this and eventually found this for £1.25. Oh, this is going really well, isn't it? Here we go. So sometimes joy is hard. This is another part of the illustration. Sometimes joy doesn't come easily, You have to really kind of work at it. Oh, this is going really well. Can you imagine this? Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
Should we picture this? The gently forming strong bubble.
Try waving it.
No, it's not working at all. Oh, nothing at all. Okay, you get the gist. Sometimes joy takes some work. More work than others. But, do you want to have a go? No, that's it. So that's my my encouragement is enjoy as a word is something that we can. Oh, there we go. Look at that. This is a man.
This is a man built for joy.
You have to give it to a youngster.
There we go.
Some of that joy.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
Medical school.
Thanks, Chris.
Pleasure.
Well done, guys. Good work.